Disclaimer, I do not have all the answers, nor do I claim to have all the answers. Do not treat what I say as gospel, and not treat what I say as gospel, and do not use it to talk down to aspiring writers. I'm just summarizing other people's ideas, and now, on with the video. No sponsors! As you could probably tell from the intro, today's topic is comedy and humor. What amuses us? What makes us laugh? What do we find funny? Well, it sounds like somebody needs my comedic expertise. Great, it's Strawman Spaz, here to enlighten us with his infallible wisdom. Please, tell us what's so funny, fake Spaz.
Faker? I think I'm the real Spaz around here.
I'm not even gonna finish that Sonic reference, but please, go on.
A good comedy makes fun of and takes the piss out of things you don't like, especially people who are beneath you. As I always say, a good satire holds a mirror up to assholes and says, this person is you. Unless it's me, I'm never wrong about anything. For example,
oh wow, I just completed my first fanfic. I hope somebody will read it and give me pointers how to improve it. This is my first step to becoming a new writer.
Why hello, it's me, the great and powerful Spaztic. Can I take a look at that fanfic of yours?
Oh wow, it's an honor. Here you go.
Why, thank you, little boy. But that's my fanfic. Well, now it's my lunch. You just can't eat other people's hard work. Oh, you're absolutely right. It needs mustard. You're a dumb fuck.
And you actually think that's funny?
Well, of course I think it's funny. It's not comedy unless somebody gets hurt. I believe it was Mel Brooks that once said, tragedy is when I stub my toe, but comedy is when you fall down a manhole and die.
Sadly though, he is kind of right, but only kind of. His idea of comedy, of poking fun at other people or things, is only one of the three main foundational theories. The three main foundational theories of comedy are superiority theory, relief theory, and incongruity theory. There are some newer theories, but let's cover these three as our foundation, beginning with superiority theory. Superiority theory says we use humor to take the teeth out of things that threaten us, to give us back some sort of sense of power and control. Using superiority theory, we can discuss the idea of punching up versus punching down versus punching ourselves. Punching up, we make fun of institutions and powerful individuals that have grown corrupt or hypocritical over time, and the inconsistency between what they say and what they do makes us laugh. We can make fun of everything from politics to organized religions to organizations not doing their job. And as for powerful individuals, it's the reason why the rich, powerful, corrupt asshole has been a subject of mockery and villainy in centuries of storytelling. But there's also the idea of punching down, which is difficult and highly advised against. You can make fun of general society or individual social groups, but be warned, the further down you punch, the less it seems like you're joking, and the more it feels like either spiteful mockery at best or just downright hateful attacks at worst. Remember the old maxim, it's easier to punch up than to punch down. These folks have it hard enough. These folks up here have it too easy. Punching up also gives us the idea of the full triumphant or the jester archetype, a character that may look silly and stupid that we make fun of at first, but ends up overcoming the one that seems more powerful, smarter, and so on and so forth. A good example of punching up versus punching down are the many comedians that make fun of the Feed the Children Foundation. Now, this might seem like a sensitive subject since it's about feeding starving kids in Africa, but comedians from Sam Kinison to Dane Cook to Larry the Cable Guy to even sketch comedy shows like Mad TV and Saturday Night Live don't make fun of the starving kids, they make fun of the organization. They make fun of the ads and talk about how come the camera crews don't feed the kids. To quote Sam Kinison, because they want the kids to look hungry. On a related note, when a serious subject is portrayed in a way that we can't take seriously, that's another source of humor under superiority theory. Because we can't take it seriously, then we tend to laugh at the disingenuousness. For example, this gag from Homestuck, a PSA by your favorite athlete.
Hey kids, it's time to get real about AIDS.
In addition to punching up and punching down, we can punch ourselves in self-deprecating humor, where we ourselves become the jester, the fool, the clown. It's where we get jokes like this. Even when I was born, I got no respect. As soon as the doctor saw me coming out, he told my mama, stop pushing and start pulling. And for all you youngins out there unfamiliar with Rodney Dangerfield, I'd suggest looking him up for study. He is a master of both self-deprecating humor and the clownish, self-deprecating archetype that I just discussed. And finally, let's apply superiority theory to the idea of so bad it's good. What makes a poorly made work funny? Well, it's the gap between what the work wanted to do and the mistake it ended up making. The worse the mistake, the funnier it gets. If it does exactly what it wanted to do, that's okay. If it makes a mild mistake, then it becomes funny. But if it makes a huge mistake, fuck! Up next, we have relief theory, the idea that we use humor as a way to release tension. Critics of superiority theory tend to point out it's not very good at explaining puns or wordplay. For example, a joke like, "I hate all this sex on TV, I keep falling off," doesn't exactly poke fingers at people. However, this "I hate all this sex on TV" sounds like a serious statement, followed by "I keep falling off." Suddenly we find out, oh, we don't mean the serious subject, they mean actually the thing. And that's the basis for relief theory. We're given something that's unfamiliar or threatening, tension builds, and then we find out it's familiar or non-threatening, and the gap between the two makes us laugh. Even in the animal kingdom, animals will laugh if given an unfamiliar or threatening situation, and then they find out that it's familiar or non-threatening. Through this lens, laughter is basically the body's all clear signal. It tells us everything's okay and releases that tension through laughter. It's the reason why mood whiplash is such an effective comedic trope. After a tense scene in a story, one joke punctuates it, releases the tension, and we laugh. It's the reason we get nervous laughter, why we will kind of force that relief in tense situations to calm us down. It is the reason that they say laughter is the best medicine. It's good against stress. It's good against downer moods. It's not very good against snake bites. Don't ask me how I know this. Using relief theory to explain so bad it's good, we laugh because our immersion has been broken, and with it, the tension is gone. We might be scared of a monster until we can see the zipper on its back. We might be excited by an explosion until we realize it just blew up a model town. We might empathize with a character until their dialogue starts sounding unnatural, like they were just reading lines off of a poorly written script. And finally, the most up-to-date and popular of the humor theories, incongruity theory. Incongruity theory is very similar to relief theory in that we use laughter to release tension, but not in the face of the unknown or the unfamiliar or the threatening. We laugh when two ideas that shouldn't make sense together do make sense together. Critics of relief theory have noted that while it's good at explaining puns and wordplay, it doesn't exactly explain jokes that don't rely on tension or suspense. For example, immediate visual gags, such as this one. How would you explain this joke? Under incongruity theory, we can make comedy if we take something that's normally expected in one category, replace it with something that fits in that category, and it still makes sense. For example, A and B. Incongruity theory explains why reference humor is so funny. When we can take a line from one work, put it in another work, and it still somehow fits. And we laugh at that because it works. It explains the comedy of video edits and YouTube poops. When we see a serious scene of somebody on the phone going, "Hey, is this so-and-so?" and then suddenly cutting to, "No, this is Patrick!" It explains the comedy of trailer recuts. When you take a movie and then change the tone of the trailer to change the plot. For example, somebody took the horror movie The Shining, but then added Peter Gabriel music over it and made it look like a family drama, and we laugh because it fits so well. Incongruity theory also explains why we tend to laugh after solving previously difficult problems or when we come up with clever new solutions. When the two ideas that didn't make sense together do make sense together, we laugh, while under relief theory, we laugh because the tension was broken. Humor researcher Arthur Asa Berger noted that there are 4 different categories to which we can create incongruities to create jokes. We can play with the language, we can play with the logic involved, we can play with the identities of the people involved, or we can even use physical action to create comedy. Now, there are way too many comedic techniques to discuss in this single video, so I suggest looking up Arthur Asa Berger's research yourself. You can also look at this video that I'm going to link in the description, covering benign violation theory, one of the newer theories that combines incongruity theory and relief theory. It simplifies a lot of the stuff that I talked about here, and it's absolutely hilarious. I mean, it has to be. It's a presentation on humor. So how can we use incongruity theory to explain so bad it's good? We laugh because the work presents opportunities to fill in the blanks, especially with jokes. Every time we have to ask ourselves why, that's a chance to play with the language or the logic or the characters. It's how every riff works. It's how the Rocky Horror Picture Show's been successful. It's how we've had fun with The Room. It's how even we can make fun of good works, like the Master Pancake Theater in Austin, which has made fun of Fight Club and Casablanca. And there you have it, a brief overview of the basic humor theories. Now, as I said, there are some modern theories like benign violation theory and some other theories that go into pragmatics, such as the audience and the delivery, but this should give you a general idea. So, although my counterpart over here believes that comedy is only meant to make fun of others,
I love being better than other people, almost as much as I like being humble.
but I only see that as one corner of comedy. Sure, we use satire to ridicule hypocrisy, but it's more than just the angry art, it's the playful art. We use it to play with images, and with language, and with characters, with references. We use comedy to play with each other, and we even use it to play with ourselves. Wait a minute. So if you have any more questions or interest in humor theory, check the description below. I've linked a bunch of research and some videos on comedy. In the meantime, I'll see you all later, and good luck in your writing endeavors.
And remember to like, comment, and
Nope! We are not going to solicit engagements.
Shadow Raid Legends is a mobile RPG experience